So if the question asked to sketch this thing, okay, what does the word sketch mean?
To draw a graph.
Okay, yes, it does. So what's the difference between sketch and plot?
If you sketch, you don't have to do like that, and then plot.
Exactly. If I'm just sketching something, I just want to get the overall feel for what the graph looks like. I don't need to be exact. If I'm plotting something, I need to be exact. I need to make sure that all the points match up at the correct places. Does that make sense? So if I'm doing it on the computer, in GeoGebra, like we were doing the other day, am I sketching or am I plotting?
You're plotting.
I'm plotting it because it's doing it exactly. It's telling me exactly where each of the points are going to go. But if we're doing it by hand, like we've just been doing, I'm sketching it. Okay, so it's important to be aware of the distinctions. You don't have to be accurate here. Just make sure you get the right points in the right-ish places. All right, good. So, okay, I'm going to sketch it. I'm going to look for my 2 points, so my 2 important features. Can somebody tell me where's my y-intercept going to be? Good, exactly. It's going to be at 3, because if I set x to be 0, they disappear. I get y equals 3. Okay, how am I going to find my x-intercepts? Good, so I'm going to set y to be 0. Okay, so I get x squared.
This would equals -1 or -3.
Excellent, so you're flying ahead. Let's just make sure we're all there to make sure. Okay, so I'm looking to put this into 2 brackets. Okay, what has to be at the start of each bracket? Has to be x, because that's how I get my x squared. You happy? It has to be x squared that way. Okay, then I'm looking for a number here and a number here. Okay, now think about it. Look back at my original quadratic. What do they have to multiply together to make?
1 and 3.
What do they have to multiply together to make? What do they have to multiply together to make? What's the number?
4. 3, 3, 3.
Good, got there in the end. They have to multiply together to make 3. What do they have to add together to make? It's always that way around. It's always the 4 there. Okay. So let's think about it. What are your factors of 3? That's it, right? Because 3 is prime. Yeah. And does 3 plus 1 make 4? I think so.
Yeah.
So I know there's a +3 and a +4 there.
What?
Good. Glad one of us is awake or 2 of us awake. Good. Excellent. Does that make sense how we get from this to there? Okay. Then I just finish it off. I say, look, I'm multiplying 2 things together. They make 0. At least one of those things has to be 0. So either x plus 3 has to be 0, or x plus 1 has to be 0. So if x plus 3 equals 0, what's x going to be equal to?
-3.
X plus 1 has to be 0. What's x going to be equal to?
-1.
Good. Okay, those are my 2 x-intercepts. Happy face or sad face? Good. All happy on a Friday morning. Okay, let's put our axis in then. Start with our x. Okay, where's -3 and where's -1? What's that point there going to be?
-3.
What's that point there going to be? -1. Are you happy the y-axis has to go through 0 on this axis?
Yeah.
So here's 0 here. Here's my y-axis.
The ratio is not right.
It doesn't matter. It's just a sketch. Just a sketch. Good. And then my y-intercept has to be at 3. So that point up there has to be 3. You're dead right. If I was going to do a better sketch, I would make sure that that was worth 1 and that was worth, well, 2. Yeah, twice as much. But it's a sketch, right? I just want to get the points in roughly the right places. Yeah, exactly. Is that okay with everyone? Good, excellent. All right, all right.
What if we put plus negative 4x? We put the 2 negative, right? Or
If it was negative 4x, yeah, that's a really good question. In fact, let's do that one next. Are you all happy with this? Yeah. Good, excellent. So can I rub it off? Yeah. Okay. That's a fantastic question. So let me rub all this off. Let's see what happens then if we change this. You're thinking like a mathematician. So like, I wonder what would happen if this was the case. Let's put a negative 4x there. All right, it's the same process. Let's start it again to make sure we can do it. So first things first, let's go for the y-intercepts, yeah? Okay, so y-intercepts.
Y is equal to 3.
We set x to be 0, good, which means that y has to be equal to 3. Good, excellent. That was the easy one, right? We're all happy with the y-intercept. Let's do x. Okay, what do we set to be 0?
Y.
Excellent. Which means that we get x squared, take away 4x, plus 3 equals 0. You're happy I've just set this y to be 0, but I've just written it on the right-hand side rather than the left. Looks a bit tidier to me. Okay, so we're looking for now 2 brackets. Yeah? So let's set our 2 brackets up. What has to go at the start of each of these brackets? X, perfect. Now, what 2 numbers am I looking, so 2 numbers here and here, what do they have to multiply together to make? So they have to multiply together to make 3. Yeah, well done, Batikon. Yeah, good. What do they have to add together to make? Ooh, so some people have said 4. I disagree.
No, it's negative.
It's got to be negative 4. You remember before we said it was just 4 because it was a positive 4, and we just write positive 4 is 4. Here we have to capture that negative, okay? So it is negative 4. So now we just need to be careful. So we say, okay, what are the facts of 3? And you tell me, okay, that's easy, I did it before. It's 3 and 1. But if you add 3 and 1 together, you don't get negative 4. Absolutely. You think, I'm multiplying 2 numbers together and they make a positive. They either both have to be positive or both negative. Because negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Yeah? And just check, does negative 3 plus negative 1 make negative 4? Of course. So those are the numbers that go there in there. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay, so let's finish this off. I can just jump straight from here to here if you wish. So you're happy that x equals 3 or x equals 1. Perfect. So those are my 2 intercepts. Let's finish off the sketch just to be consistent. Happy or sad face? Happy. We're happy. Still happy. All right, let's put my axis in then. Okay, what's the point over here?
1.
It's 1, right? What's the point here? 3, right? Okay, now you just got to think, the y-axis has got to be when x equals?
1.
When x equals 0, yeah? So it's got to be to the left of this. That's where 0 is, okay? And what's this point up here got to be?
3.
It's got to be 3. Is that okay? Good. Excellent. Okay, fine. Okay, let's have a go at this one. Is this all making sense to everyone? Are there any questions? Okay, I'll do one more, which is slightly trickier.
Put a negative with 3.
Put negative 3 there. Yeah, you could do that.
We can make it harder, right? So are you going to give us one of those that can be factorized?
Yeah, I'm still going to keep with factorization, yeah, at the moment. In fact, I'm going to give you 2 more. I'm feeling kind. Sorry?
I'm just there.
Okay. Okay, have a go at that for me. Anybody want to come up to the board and have a go at that one? You could do it that way, if you wanted to. But try and stick with factorization, just to be consistent with what we're doing on the board.
Go.
Yeah, it's negative.
It's 9 minus 2.
Good, nice, well done. Okay, so just to be consistent with what we were doing before, these are your x-intercepts, right? I've got an issue. What's this got to be equal to?
What?
What's this got to be equal to?
What?
What's this got to be equal to?
What is going to be?
0. 0.
It's got to be equal to 0, right? Because you're finding the x-intercepts. Yeah, finding the x-intercepts. So, Tiffany, how did you get this? What goes through your head? How did you get from here to here? You're right. How did you get from there to there? What were you thinking? Exactly. So you're saying I'm looking for a number here and here. They have to multiply together to make... Good. The same thing as before. You need to capture that negative in there. Okay? And they have to add together to make positive 7 or just 7. Good. And you go, oh, okay, I know this. It's 9 and 2 makes 18. And you just think, okay, I've got to make a negative. One has to be positive, one negative. Just got to work out which one's which. Yeah? Positive 9, take away 2. That works. Good. Excellent. Straightforward enough. Good. Okay, so I'm not actually going to finish this one off. I'm not actually going to sketch this one, but that's how you'd factorize it to find the x-intercepts.